Hello, and welcome to the very first Party Tits party. My name is Ben Verth. Hello, and with me, I've had enough time to see it says hello and welcome to the Party Tits first party. And indeed, let's reiterate, hello and welcome to the Party Tits first party. Hide that, and then you can see the other tits that are with me. I'm Ben Verth, and with me is sign off.
I'm the token female because we need the grant, for the podcast.
I'm going to leave my gender up to everyone to assume. Yes, I could be one or the other or both, depending on the day of the week.
I feel like I'm making a bit of show of myself, and I've put my second name in the little thing.
Someone's a grown up.
Yeah, and everyone. I mean, like Ailish, you've got. I don't actually know your second name, Keego. I only know you as Keego. I mean, you don't look like a guy who needs a second name, to be honest.
Yeah, Madonna, Cher. Yeah, Keego. It rolls off the tongue, but enough about my personal life. Yeah, my full name is only used in case of emergency, mostly legal emergencies. So for legal reasons, we'll stick with Keego for now. It's easier to shout in a crowded room.
I do like the added spice in a podcast where one of the members may be on the run from the law, and they're flouting that.
It's Ailish. Yeah, she's yeah.
Yeah. And I am enjoying the vibe. We said it. I'm going to say it again. I thought it was a laugh, but the way the screen is positioned, it does look like Keego and I are your gay fathers who are making contact with you in your trap.
Bringing home, like, oh my god, how do I spend all my allowance again?
We'll send you money if you do this weird show with us, please, darling. Oh, apple of our eyes.
And it's nice to see that Ailish and I got the memo about party hats. Where Keego,
when you've got a cranium this size, you can't find a party hat to fit it. I was going to get a bucket, but I thought I'd bring this fella along instead. Just he's got twice as much personality and undefeated in staring competitions so far this year.
I mean, that immediately puts us above a lot of podcast live streams, and that one member has a mascot of themselves. That is because that is you. That's not just a bald toy. Which
I've been called a bald toy. Yeah, I've been called a bald toy in the past. But no, this is a relatively. It's a more inanimate object than the real thing, basically. Yes, and for a small fee, you can have it. Just subscribe to my OnlyFans. And pay your monthly subscription, and this will be delivered to you by hand. Some of that is true.
Whether you like it or not. Yeah, and you're saying like there's multiple. There's just one that if you buy it on his OnlyFans, you can have it for a day, give it back, and deliver it to somebody else.
I'm not made of money. Yeah.
I'd like to think he goes in an airport, saw this, was just like, do you know what? I am now going to change my appearance to look like this doll so that I can say, like, what came first, was Keego or the doll? And I think the doll came first, which is just magic.
Yeah, it was right beside an Ariel from the Little Mermaid doll, which would have been a little bit awkward. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just like, you know what, that one.
There's less admin work involved in the bald one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so we are...
Party! Yeah.
This is the Party Tits. We are. I mean, I appreciate for viewers joining us on Facebook and joining us on YouTube. I can see the numbers of viewers going up right in front of my eyes. Welcome, all four of you. There's one more person watching this across two platforms than there are taking part. But yeah, I appreciate there are three tits. Okay, we lost a viewer. We lost a viewer just there after I said
three tits. I'm turning this off. I can't handle this.
Well, I feel like we are the party equivalent of that alien woman from Total Recall. So
yes, that was a challenging wank. Yes.
Sorry, I'm about melted. Why are we the Party Tits? Why? Why have we chosen that name that could only stand in our way if we want to advance up the Google rankings? It is over to Ailish.
Yeah. Wait, you're there. There you are. You're being fingered from. Stop. That's terrible.
Family festival, because that's the kids for sure. No, we all met at a gig, you know, when there was social distancing measures brought in, and Workman's. Who was it? It was Class Comedy. So fair play to Kyle from Class Comedy.
Sure was Kyle. Yes.
This is all your fault.
Yeah, and yeah, basically I was nervous because it was my first one back, and a mate of mine was like, "What are you gonna do if you bomb?" And I was just like, "Gosh, I guess I'll just get my left tit out, because that's my party tit. You know, if it goes wrong, bam, just lift it up." So we were all chatting about it in like backstage, and we're like, "Oh my god, that'd be such a great name for a show." And then we're like, "What if we had a party every Thursday?" Because that's one thing we miss so much this year is the lack of parties. You know, loads of parties have been cancelled. We're gonna have a different theme every year.
Wow, that's an executive decision that's just happened. Now this is an annual podcast.
Next year we're done. Time flies in quarantine. You know when you're like, it's January, February, blink, October. That's what it was. But yeah, that's why we're called the Party Tits. So we're here to party.
Yeah, so what we've worked out basically is that the left tit is the spiritual embodiment of having a laugh. That's, and what's even worse is that I actually wrote that down on this basic ass little script that I've got. You know, I'm just like, what if I'm going to describe this podcast to anybody? How would I sell the idea of the party power of the left breast? So that's it. So yeah, that's it. Every show, every Thursday, join us, Facebook and YouTube. We're going to have a party. That's it. We're going to have a party. This party is, the theme is just firsts. We're all done up. I've got my party hat. You've got a party hat, Ailish. Is your party hat as cool as mine? Which is, if I move the party hat, you can see I've balanced it on a man bun. That's
amazing.
It's like like a Russian doll thing, you know. Every time something else happens, you know.
There was something.
Thank you for all that hair. That's a bit harsh to throw that in my face.
There was something incredibly surreal about me doing this, Ailish blowing bubbles, and Keego, you just looking like this is the strangest thing you've ever, like, if somebody had tuned in, they went, what Buñuel-esque surreal nonsense is this? Just
that's the screenshot is just this with bubbles and things. Yeah.
What are we drinking? What drink have we brought to the party, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, so obviously when people tune in, we encourage you guys to have a drink with us as well, because what it's a party about having, obviously I'm not condoning alcoholism, but like a beverage. I'm having pumpkin nitro cocktail.
Oh.
It is passion fruit martini, which is a porn star martini, but I don't think they got the rights. And it says, for the full experience, rotate, open, pour hard. How does one pour hard?
The drink, or
then wait a minute to watch the foam head form, and it doesn't even tell you to drink after it. It just says wait a minute. But like, how does one pour hard? Like,
just really aggressively, yeah.
Yeah, you just try just go, fucking get
we don't have time. Get in next one.
And then at the end, you've got to do that kind of slow hangover to the last couple of drips.
Oh yeah, like you're a barista in one of these fucking coffee shops. Takes an hour and a half to make your drink. Hang on, I'm writing the book of Kells here. Just hang on.
Yeah, I'm doing a trick.
Give me my caffeine, you prick. Yeah.
Keego, what are you drinking, Keego?
Well, look, I didn't know what kind of party this was going to be. Okay, so I thought I'd open with a drink for all occasions. I can mix with anyone with this drink. This is a cheeky quadruple gin and tonic here, in a glass that I could have dinner with the Queen with this drink. So this is my starter.
Jesus, I have a paper cup.
I tell you, look, I lived in Dalkey. Part of Dalkey never leaves. Now, I also have a cheeky couple here now. Let me have a look. Because I'm on a diet, you see, but I still want to get wrecked. So I found this today, right? It's a health drink. They start off with a bit of mixed berries because I myself am a mixed berry. I can go whichever way we need to. And then we finish with a bit of passion fruit because
nice.
All of our lives need a bit of passion fruit. So that's where we're going to go if I go anywhere. So how about you, Ben? What's in your receptacle of choice?
Well, I was just interested that it's another mention of hard on your drinks, Keego. This Ailish's drink was hard. You've got some hard seltzer. I don't feel necessarily hard. I've just got myself a cheeky prosecco. He's a fancy lad.
Did you pour it aggressively and hard though?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, like you got a line on the glass. I was just like, yeah, it's prosecco. You know, it's not amateur secco. That's if I work for the prosecco marketing board.
None of us are having beers. We're all having 18-year-old girl drinks.
I mean, I am. I don't necessarily know about a quadruple gin.
It's look. I have OCD, so everything has to be in even numbers, and 2 isn't enough, and 6 is too much. So look, it's higher level maths.
That is a man who has lived a life there. That's
look at this face. This face has lived a life. That's how you end up with a face like this.
You look like you found that out the hard way.
Hard seltzer, pouring it hard, porn star, hard cocktails. It's just life is hard.
But yeah, that's my one. Life is hard. So, what are we doing? We're just hanging out. That's it. It's the middle. I mean, we'll mention it now to say that we're not going to mention it, but this is going to be a COVID-free zone.
Oh, yes.
But obviously, we're doing this on camera because we can't meet. Because we're all doing this in Ireland, where if you're watching anywhere else, there's another cheeky lockdown. I don't know why I said cheeky, but it just seems to soften it. It seems to.
I wish, you've been cheeky fired from your job. That's not so bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's just a cheeky punch in the face. Calm down. That's
fair. It's just a cheeky tit punch in the face. That's fine.
Oh, hello, cheeky tit punch. Yes.
You're dismissed from your job. Why? It was just a cheeky left tit. It was a cheeky party tit. I mean, we're one show in. Maybe we want for the next episode to rebrand. We're not just the party tits. We're the cheeky party tits. Maybe that where we can make that a thing.
Then we got to say what makes it so cheeky.
I should have mentioned that with my drink as well. I got myself a straw, but it's one of those long straws that you make. You know, when you push one straw into another and another, and then I'm gonna just hold on. Let me see if I can do this.
You have to put your glass in the other room.
It weirdly makes it taste the way that hospitals smell. So that was an experiment. We'll never see that again.
Oh, you're gonna put your straw there, would you? Very proud of you. Straw.
Never wanted a straw more. That's amazing. It's magic and functional. You'd be exhausted drinking though. You'd be just like, oh god, so much straw.
Yeah, I think if you do any damage to your eyes while you're trying to suck up alcohol, then maybe there's a problem there.
You just haven't committed to the habit fully.
Now, we should say, yes, Ailish. Sorry, I don't know why I said it was like school time. Like, yes, you're
yes, Dad. Yes.
Ailish, your turn. No, when I went to Tesco, the looks I got from getting party hats, party poppers, little whistleblowers, a candle, and bubbles, and all this, and like alcohol, your mom was just like, "You're clearly throwing a party," and I'm like, "No." like if looks could kill. At the till, she was just like, fuck's sake. And she didn't say anything, but like she was staring me down even after an episode. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go into a dialogue with her that I'm like, we're all throwing a party for people who just miss parties, you know, and just want a bit of fun.
Oh my God, this is the perfect marketing. Like, instead of doing posters, instead of doing like paid for stuff on social media, just buy a lot of party stuff and then explain to people who look angry with us. Hey, no, guys, don't worry. I know we're not allowed to visit each other's homes, but you know what is in your home? Internet access. And you want to join us?
You want to tune in later tonight? You want to tune in? Oh gosh.
You wanna get away from all your troubles, the COVID troubles for an hour, and then once we're done, just go back to thinking about those troubles again. That's
go back to the troubles afterwards. Yes.
To help us along, you know, because parties are a place where a lot of random chat and strange conversations and friendships are made. We have, at the suggestion of Keego, we've got some little conversation starters here. I don't know if this is maybe, what are we, 16 minutes in? Oh, fucking hell, 16 minutes in. This might be the time to unveil the crack hat, or the crack cone. I've just noticed that if you don't have a mask, a party hat is a great mask as well. And you can,
it's great because you don't even have to put your nose in it, like Egypts do with no normal mask.
And to be totally honest with you guys, I've never wanted you more. It really ties the face together. Really, it leaves just enough to the imagination.
If this was an actual party, we'd be that group of people like in the hall that everybody is avoiding and just putting all their coats beside us and being like, I don't want to speak to you people.
We've made our own circle.
Where are they putting their hats? Oh, yeah.
Although Ailish, you're on a bed there, so it looks like you're going to be one of these people that suddenly like pulls out a guitar and goes, "Who wants to hear Wonderwall?"
No. Funnily enough, that you mentioned, my mate Sean is amazing at throwing parties. Anytime, like I've known him for like 10 years, but the first 2 years of our friendship was him throwing parties, me coming in and going, "Hiya," and just going to his room and then bringing the party with me and having DMCs of people going, "Hey, how you getting on? It's too loud in the other room, isn't it?"
I know a place.
So the party was in the kitchen, but it was in the bedroom as well. And then like it was all well and good until Tigger fell off the bed and had a nosebleed and had to get called to A&E. So no more parties.
Wait, is that a minute? Is that a person you know or a toy?
Yeah.
Or the real thing?
She kind of stood up on the bed and with all the legs of everyone sitting down, fell backwards, cracked her head off the wall, but had a nosebleed. And then we were all like, okay, we just got to shut it down, people. We just got to shut it down. Tigger's injured. Okay.
Not Tigger.
All people to be bouncing around and be injured. It was Tigger.
Just put Tigger outside.
Yeah, I like that the priority was not to get medical attention. It was to get the witnesses out and away.
That's true crime television. That really, we watch too much CSI. We either look for semen at a crime scene or who are the witnesses and get them out of here as quickly as possible. Certainly depending on the amount of semen at the crime scene.
Yeah, how did she die from? She bled out while people looked for their coats and bags.
Like, just get out. Here's your party bag. Just go.
I should say as well, you can on either YouTube or on Facebook, you can leave a comment and we'll get to see it. And Jay Butler, hello, has said, why doesn't Keego have a party hat? Yeah, Keego, tell 33% of the viewing population why you don't have a hat.
Well, thank you for making me bring up my my biggest phobia or hatred of myself in front of the world again. But see this cranium here that you're looking at, the way my face goes to the back of my neck. I can't find a party hat that fits it. But if it helps, I am wearing a party hat somewhere else on my body. Does that help at all?
I'm imagining that you've got like your normal arm, one arm's a party hat.
Yeah,
One arm. Oh wow, you the whole thing with that. I was going really different.
What were you thinking, Ailish? Let's talk about that for a minute. Yeah.
Belly button.
So yeah, if you have any comments, please get it. Join the party. We hope you're having a bev. I mean, it's a Thursday, which is the new Friday, which is the new any time of day. I feel like lockdown is like a pub beyond security in an airport. It's timeless. It can be any fucking time that you want it to be.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Yes, because we are in level 5, and I've never been to level 5 with another person before. I went to level 3 once, and I know that's kissing, but I don't know what level 5 with people is. So I think it was a girl. It might have been Ben actually the night we conceived you. So we don't know.
What's level 1 and 2? I want to.
That's when you.
If 3 is the kissing. If 3 is kissing, what's level 1 and 2? Is level 1 just hello? That's level 1 just
level 1 is just really heavy petting, just really strong petting.
Whoa! Before kissing, like you say hello. Level 1 is hello. Level 2 is having a proper go above the jeans, and then level 3 is meaningful contact. Like, is that what?
Oh, can we get that in a t-shirt, please? I want a proper go on top of your clothes. Oh my god, that's fantastic. It's also slightly creepy, but you got to let people know where you stand. You know, proper go on top of the jeans. Just that's.
Boy, oh boy, it's gonna have another cheeky prosecco.
Bev, have a little cheeky Bev. And if drink companies want to sponsor us because we were showing off your brand, we'd love that.
Yes. If any of the 4 people watching is weirdly a representative for a drinks company and they're looking to throw money down the toilet like they don't need it anymore, then by all means, get in contact.
But the drink has to have hard in the title, otherwise we can't use it.
Ban off PR.
Yeah, or it has to have some sort of weird aggressive way of pouring it. That's the only way we can deal with these drinks.
Yeah, actually, okay, I'm gonna, because I love the sound effect of doing this. I'm kind of running low on my old prosecco. I'm gonna love the sound of cheeky pour.
Oh, I'm dying for a wee. Oh, that's not helping.
Oh, and that's level 4.
That's another t-shirt we have to get made. Yeah.
Shall we go to the crack hat? Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So what we've got
is
so for viewers, Ailish and Keego sent a bunch of like conversation starters that they might have some comedy gold associated with, and I've put corresponding numbers into the pie hat. I'm going to pull one of the numbers out at random, and that is going to be our next little bit of chat. So where are we? We're at.
Okay, just before you read that one out, Ben, could we just go to Ian Gilbert's filthy comment there? He's just being rude and uncalled for. He
said Chardonnay, but it's hard on A, and that is a belter.
I don't know how you order that at a bar, but saying it that way. But
and Jay Butler wants us to do some prosecco ASMR. So yeah.
So yeah, what the fuck is that? I hear people talk about it all the time, and I don't know what is ASMR.
It's basically about 50% of YouTube now. It's and it seems like it's just a lot of cosplayers having a laugh. All of them whisper. So if you want, we'll do some prosecco ASMR. It's like,
all right,
this is really delicious. Just having a drink. Oh, this is really delicious prosecco. I think my husband is cheating on me. to get a second bottle after this. I want to go mental tonight. I know it's a Wednesday. There we. That's Prosecco.
Right. Could you do that again for a few minutes there, please?
Keego's reaction. He was like not blinking and trying to find out.
That means I
that's
love
level
you
6.
when I don't blink. Sometimes I stand outside Ben's window, just not blinking.
Oh, is it you? Is it you?
Yeah. You know, being Scotty has to not blink. Sorry, Ben. You picked out a number from the hat. What was
yeah,
number?
It is. So it's number 10. It's number 10, just so we can see it.
Right.
And this is one of the ones that Ailish sent me, which is a belter. I'm looking forward to this. It's number 10. It's Ailish's first time I saw a penis. She wanted to talk.
Yes. Okay. So I was on my way back from a summer school camp.
Priceless start.
I know. I think I was probably 12 or 13, and I was on top of the double-decker bus, and I was driving down O'Connell Street, and I saw a man with a tutu and like an army jacket just going, hey, you know, flashing more than his party trick, if you will. Then he turns around and he sees the bus has stopped at a red light, and he's like, woo! And I was just like, oh my God, that's the first time I've ever seen one.
Wow. I mean, if you're going to flash people, go to town. I mean, not literally. I know it was on O'Connell Street, but like dress up. Army jacket and tattoo like you're in Monty Python, and then just get your dicky bow out for...
He, like, realizing years later, I was just like, he must have fucking waxed every bit of himself. Because when he flashed, it was pristine down there. It was like a shine or a gleam came from it. But
wow.
Yeah, it was and I think, yeah, that's the phrase penis I've ever seen.
I'm not saying it was me, but seeing as we're at a party, I did wax all the important areas for the evening just in case I got lucky. But I'm not wearing a tutu, so it definitely wasn't me. Probably.
Wow. I mean, there's got to be some sort of level of mental instability that leads you to do that kind of thing. That leads you to expose yourself on O'Connell Street.
Or is it the ultimate freedom? Or is it the ultimate freedom? Freedom, you know?
And you want to experience it in the most ultimate way possible by going, if I am so sick of these pubes hindering me when I get outside.
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. Oh my God.
This is not at its best. This is like a grassy verge, which is beside an unkempt motorway.
JFK was shot from here, yeah.
And I know there's a busload of kids coming through town today, and I want them to remember this with a kind of 50% positive vibe to the story.
Oh my God, yeah. But what will make it better? Ballet wear. That's what will make it better. We need a tutu on top of this.
But what if I wear an army jacket? Because I'm a man.
Yeah, just so you're aware. But I like it's almost like, you know, it happened yesterday. The vivid memory you have, you know what I mean? Like, has this been like I've seen this, and since then it's been
so you have this idea that I'm getting frisky, and just as I open a lad's trousers, going, nah. Like I said,
I've been there. Not there exactly, but that situation.
Just opening the trousers, going, where am I? What is this? Hampstead Heath? Get into the bathroom.
Taxi for one. Yeah.
My friend Mark is watching. An unkempt motorway is my new favorite euphemism, and I can't imagine when I'm going to deploy that again. So this is my gift to the internet forever. So,
but Darren's also kind of saying don't kink shame. So, like, Darren, if you want to go into more detail on what kink you want us to stop shaming, send the video over to Ben, and he'll play it at the end of the show.
I think it's just a guy getting his pristine knob out in front of children. I think that's the.
Oh.
He did such a good job. He was like, I got every hair. He was like, I can't keep this to myself. Like, I just need to show the fucking world. Like, it was pride.
Speaking of, no, I won't say. It's too early at this party for that kind of behavior.
I'm fascinated how vivid the memory seems to be for you, Ailish. Even though you're just going by, presumably quickly, on a bus, but this thing has been like I mapped it out. I was like the Google Maps camera, Google Street View. It's right up here.
Hang on. In my head, you broke out of the bus. You broke out of the bus while it was going 40 miles an hour along the quays, going, look at that! Running Tom Cruise style across the top of the bus, going, I need to see more tutu cock.
I just got so disappointed because as a 13-year-old girl, I was a little bit romantic of when you were gonna see a boy's body, and I was like, great, that is the first time I'm going to see it.
I mean, it sounds like it was all right, though. It sounds like it was like, wow, this is the first time, and oh my god, the situation. But wow, this guy is looking after it. I would leave my pet with him whilst I went on holiday.
That knob is so shiny. I would leave my valuables with him while I'm away. Yeah. Oh my god! Yeah, that's. Yeah, it's like you just, as you're driving past, it's so far back in the day, you go, are you 088 or 087 or 086? You know, text me after 6 p.m. It's cheaper.
You call me from Vodafone.
It's free 087 087. Come on.
When I say how are you, I'm not actually asking. I just want you to ring me.
Yeah. I didn't mean how are you. I meant how are you? What is happening? It's
so smooth and alluring. Yes.
God bless him. Whereabouts on O'Connell Street?
At the Spire of all things.
If one was to go looking for Tutu Cockman, where did you find him?
Sure, on the bus. I felt totally involuntary to the whole situation. I was looking out the window. I was just like, don't turn around. Don't. There it is.
I think
do you think any of the revolutionary Irish heroes who were in the battle at the GPO against the British were like, in about 100 years' time, there's a guy in an army jacket and a tutu who's going to get his big shiny boy out and really impressed a kid on a bus going by.
And do you still go back there every year on the anniversary just to see if Tutu Cockman is still roaming the streets?
No,
glazed like a donut. because I have him here. This is your life. No, he's not.
Darren. So Darren is coming with the stiffy by the liffy and belter. That is a belter of a joke. Nice.
Darren will be replacing Keego next week as the third comedian on this show. After that comment, that was far better than anything I'm going to say. So I'm going to be very serious for the rest of the show.
Why don't I believe that for a second? Like, your serious face is the most hilarious version of your face.
That was my sexy face, and that's why I wear an army jacket and a tutu on the quays at night with my shiny coat.
We are reunited.
It's like surprise, yeah. all a big moves to bring us back together, yeah.
That TV show is not lasting if that's the level of surprise.
How do I know?
Sexually fortified to your childhood development. Please welcome. It's the tutu guy.
Live from Mountjoy. It's the tutu penis guy. Yeah.
I love his name. It's like a run-of-the-mill name, like Jerome. Just like
a run-of-the-mill name, like Jerome. Like, that's a run-of-the-mill name.
But Jerry is
Fuck the millennial.
Yeah, but not an island. Like, yeah, sure, if you're like a smart talking New York guy, but like fucking
yeah,
Podrick.
I'm
I bet that's his name.
I bet you his name is like Phil, and he just wants to make up for his shit name by waxing his body and wearing ballet gear and an army jacket to confuse people and just flash buses.
The thing is, I can't imagine that guy was in it for the long haul. Like, I don't imagine there's loads of people just going, yeah, he's here every day. Like, it puts in like 8-hour shifts. Like, you saw something that so many other people would never have seen. Because that guy's like, you saw that seconds after that guy got out his car and did whatever he's doing. And then, like, you've gone, and then the police have shown up, the guards have shown up.
Yeah. But I was like, it was a perfect circle of the whole thing. It was a perfect. I think he that circle wasn't an accident. Like, he definitely pierced it with a scissors, being like, do you know what I'm going to do today? Do you know what I'm planning to do? Gonna cut you.
Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I get you. It took a while for me to catch up with your perverted mind there. Yeah, which is a surprise.
Move on. We'll pick another number from the crackhead.
Okay,
we've got a decent amount of length out of that penis. Anyway, let's move into the crackhead.
Cheers.
Okay.
Darren
all right.
Is off my game here with this Stiffy and the Liffy thing. You absolute prick, Darren. I'm going to shit in your letterbox. Sorry, that was supposed to be a private message.
Can you imagine if, as comedians, that was the way that the audience showed thanks to us? It's like you wake up after you've had an amazing gig and you go into the hallway and there's just like shit through the letterbox just coming down the door and it's mounted up on the floor, and I went, hey, I must have smashed it last night if the audience have
Darren loved that gig last night. Yeah.
Like I don't know, bring a stool and kind of like cock their arse up so they can, or are they doing it in the general door and kind of like poking it through? And what if you have that kind of little hairy thing you got to push the letters through? Wow, this has gone a place where I did, and it's not even 9 o'clock.
Right, let's bring it back from the watershed, but just imagine the letterbox is at the bottom of the door. Anyway, let's move on.
So it's number 2, and this is you, Keego. First kiss. Let me
just check who's watching this.
Which by your own admission, level 3 is after you've given somebody an absolute pummeling.
Absolutely hammered the top of her jeans, right? So it was going well. The mental image here is fantastic. If only you could see it. So it was in a tent. Okay. And so romantic. Celine Dion was there. Singing away in the background. No, it was in a tent. Conversation had obviously run out, and everyone.
Wait, sorry. We need to know where was the tent? Where was a festival? Was it in the back garden? Where was in a field.
Yeah, it was in a field. I was quite young and very inexperienced. Yes, as opposed to being old and inexperienced, I was young and inexperienced at that stage, and I kind of. Everything I knew, because obviously education in terms of this the sex end of things in Ireland, whenever it came to talking about the girls' bits, they sent the boys out to play unihoc. So, like the upshot of that was, I'm still absolutely savage at unihoc, but that also correlates in how bad I am with women. So,
what's unihoc? What is
it's for elite athletes, Ben. It is indoor hockey.
I should know this.
No, yeah, exactly. It's indoor ice hockey, but with no ice. Yeah, that's it. But it is a game of skill, a game of chance, and overlooked at the Olympics. But as you can see, I'm trying to hide away from answering the question. But Your Honor, it was not me in the tutu. No,
I don't know. I don't know why I thought unihoc was like falconry. Like it was accessible childhood falconry. I don't know.
Or even Hawkeye in the Avengers with a fucking bow and arrow. Like, come on, let's go, unihoc.
Yeah, you only get one. You get one, and it's a very short lesson. You fire one off, and you go, "Okay, we're good for lunch." Sorry. Okay, so you're in a lonely tent in a field about to have a woman.
It wasn't a lonely tent. There was there were 3 people in it. One person fell asleep pretty quick, so
convenient.
Thankfully, the sleeping tablets kicked in pretty quick. So, but no, it was. But the awkward thing is, as a boy, which I don't know, I can't speak for every boy in the conversation, but you never really grow out of that awkwardness once you get into the arena of
awkwardness.
Let's go here. Look, we're not, the film has started. We can't walk out halfway through here, So the kissing started, but I didn't know the pressure. I didn't know the tongue. I didn't know which way. How often do I go clockwise, anti-clockwise? In and out.
Do you spit at her like an adder?
Yeah. When do I slap? I don't know. So yeah, it was very funny. Like every few seconds, she'd go, "Could you just relax a little bit?" It's like, I'm trying. I'm really trying here, but it's very very difficult. And so that happened 2 or 3 times, and then she left the tent. So I had to. Yeah, I didn't roll out of bed that night, which was nice, but the other fellow who fell asleep in the tent on the other side did not enjoy his night's sleep. He was the little spoon that night.
So what was it, like a school trip, or were you just friends camping, or
I was
just hear about a magic sex tent in the woods and you went, okay, we're going for a trip?
I was not. It was a sex tent, yes. I just wasn't involved in any of the sex, so it was a sexually awkward tent, if I'm being honest. But no, it was it was the summer down in Wicklow where you discover yourself and you discover other people, sometimes at the same time in a tent, and then it's really awkward the next day because you're only 13. You kind of go,
I don't know if this would work as a stand-up bit, but by Christ, I would read that coming-of-age novel. I mean, like, that is normal people too. That's
Capital
the storyline,
yes.
right there.
Capital C, yes. That is a very quick coming-of-age story. It's not easy being a man.
Big C.
Let's reach deep into the crack hat. Deep in.
Right, there we go. I've got. Okay, it's Ailish again. It's number 12.
Yeah.
And it is Ailish, the first time that you went driving with your driving instructor.
Yes, driving is still something that I'm learning to do, and because I left it so late now in Ireland, you have to pay for 14 lessons to show that you were taught by someone other than your parents. And I just had the calmest Indian man teaching me how to drive called Jay. Like one time I put my foot on the brake instead of the gear, and we just halted, and he was like, okay, first gear, go. And but we'd have a bit of a laugh in the car. We would go driving, and if I was at a crossing, like a T-junction, if there was a really cute guy standing waiting to cross the road, my instructor would cut in and just be like, you're taking too long, you're looking for too long, I know where you're and I'm like, you're not my father, shut up. I'm like, just drop off. And he was just like, more than the time he was like, he's nice, is he? It's taking too long to take a left at the junction. So yeah, we just have kind of those moments of just having a bit of banter in the car, just having the crack, playing a bit of music. He was so chilled.
I will never get in a car with you if the possibility that I'm in a car with you and I might die because you've swerved into a hot fit lad.
Sadly, I don't have.
I'll get the train. I'll get the bus.
But yeah, that was my first time driving, and it was like a kangaroo. The car was doing this, but I didn't even mean for it to do that. I was just taking my butt off the clutch. The clutch is the word I'm looking for. Far too much. And then
you're going to have to sit an exam where that word will come up, I suspect, a couple of times. So you need to know that word, I feel.
Some people know like what men know, what men see when they're driving. It's the 3 pedals like ABC, accelerator, brake, clutch. What women see, what the fuck? A bit late learning how to drive. How old? Like Keegan probably because he's not from Dublin learned how to drive when he was 2 and drove a tractor. But like, how old were you guys when you learned how to drive?
I'd crashed three cars before I was 17 and a half.
There you go.
So I learned at the age of 25.
I don't know how to drive. I have never sat a lesson. I am a habitual bus and walking guy, but I've never driven a car.
I love. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
No, I was like, because like you wander around with like some thoughts in your head, you like that are normal for you, and then one day you're called on to just answer a question, and like a question like that, and then you go, yeah, I'm in my mid-30s. Why haven't I learned to drive? I feel like this is me being silly rather than the rest of the world being car mad. Well, it's because I've always lived in places where there's been good public transport, or places which are small enough that you don't have to. I don't know. You don't need a car, or somebody with a car who's broadly doing what you like. Like a partner broadly. Like that's the definition of a partner: someone who is broadly doing the same thing you are in a date. So yeah. No, I've never learned to drive, and I don't think I'm going to be asking either of the two of you to give me lessons should I ever want to. You've crashed 3 cars and you say that they're what the fuck.
Well, no, I find if you get the crashes out of the way early, then it kind of it kind of levels you out. So like I got the 4 or 5 of them in a kind of 14-month period just out of my system, and then I've been fine ever since.
What were the crashes? I mean, obviously you're here, so they can't have been that serious.
Okay, the best one, right? No one got hurt. Okay, but the reason I crashed was because I was singing a song. Oh no, I was driving my mum's car, which is punishable. Yeah, there was a lot of violence the next day upon my person. But the song I was singing while I crashed was "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany, who is my first love, and I'm still fairly convinced that we will get married at some point wearing massive 1980s jumpers. But as soon as I was screaming, "I think we're alone now," there doesn't seem to be anyone around, I crashed into 2 parked cars. It was, in retrospect, with time gone by, it was one of the greatest moments of my life. So that was my number 1 of 5 of my top 5. That was number 1. Number 2, the rest of them are fairly shit. The soundtracks were pretty bad, and no one really died.
Jaws, you know what I mean? It just didn't.
After 3, you start getting a reputation in the neighborhood, and people start avoiding you. So it's fine.
Wow, you've had 5 crashes. The amount of fucking PPI phone calls that you must get every day. Have you been involved in an accident?
And you keep going, for feck's sake, that was ages ago. It probably wasn't me.
Yes, I have been, but not the one you're thinking of.
You tell me about.
Get over it, like Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, it happened. It's in the past. Right. That's good.
Yeah. All right. We've got 10 minutes left.
Fun.
This is our show. We can do as long as we want. It's not like a comedy night where we've got to do our time because there's going to be a bunch of acts. So, there's probably a lot of other live streams after this, but we're not ours. We don't give a fuck. We can go on as long as we want.
But the nurses don't start on Babe Station until 10:30, so we're fine.
On Babe Station. Do you want to hear a Babe Station story that I've got,
Always,
which is a weird thing to say?
I'm muting myself for the rest of this story.
It's not sexiness. about so this was ages ago. I was writing a fringe show. It was a university fringe show. We all went down to London to our friends. I was going to say it, he's not watching, Mickey's house, and we decided that in order to write a fringe show, what we would do is go to the pub for many hours and get plastered, and then at about 10 p.m. come home and you know, fueled by creative juice, we would then have an award-winning, and that was an awful fringe. But in the pub, one of the Babe Station girls was hanging out, getting as equally tanked up as we was in the table next to us, and and that night when we got in, we decided to put Babe Station on to go. She was getting pretty hammered. Was she working that night? And it turned out she was, and she was rolling around like so. It just was, you know, you got that little celebrity window, and then you also felt really sad because they're obviously going, "I'm working tonight. What are you doing?" I'm like a sexy call lady for a couple of hours. How do you deal with that? Professionalism? Nah, just get fucking mangled and then go into work.
It's the best job in the world, really, but it's just so sad that you found out she wasn't a real nurse, even though she's dressed up as one on the telly. You know, she wouldn't be able to perform any sort of operation, you know, at the state she's in. And how did she move around the operating theater in that rubber outfit, you know?
Well, I mean, presumably that's why she got rid of it pretty early on into the old NHS 24.
Oh, fuck you. I wasn't ready for that one either. Jesus. Oh.
You know what? I'm not getting across this operating studio. Operating studio? Is that what it is? So I'm just going to remove my admittedly
oh god, these scrubs
leather version of the scrubs.
They're just ruining my aura of doing this operation. Oh my god.
All right, anyway, 10 minutes to go. Let's have one more from the crack hat. And it's okay. So this is another Ailish, and I was going to go, maybe I'll put this back. We'll try and get one of Keego's, but I looked at the number, and it is it's number 13, and it's first time swimming with my dad, which I feel probably needs a bit of information. So Ailish, first time swimming with your dad.
Well, I was 24, and
none of us were expecting that.
What? Wow.
So we went to, so my folks are amazing swimmers. They're very athletic. And when I moved out of the house, I was just like, hey, I'll go swimming with you. Just to keep like, instead of meeting around biscuits, I was just like, let's get a workout and catch up in the car or whatever. And they swim in the National Aquatic Centre. So it was me and my dad. My mum didn't make it that week, and I was like, all right. So I said, so I wear glasses and I'm blind, like I'm a -5. I cannot see without my glasses. So I was like, whoa, hold on, Dad, like you're obviously going into the men's and I'm going into the women's. So like, where do I meet you? And he goes, I'll meet you in reception. And I was like, okay. So I get in, I change into my swimwear, and I walk back out into reception, and I'm just like, just waiting. And
not by the pool, which is the usual place when people who go swimming together will go, well, I'll just, you know what, I'll maybe yell your name whilst I'm beside the water.
Yeah, I'll meet you at the location. Yeah.
So I'm waiting in reception. And
where will I meet you? Tell you what, I'll meet you in the Pret across the road. We'll get a sandwich and then we'll go swimming.
We'll go swimming. Like in the pool and stuff. So I'm waiting in reception. And also it was dark out. It was October, and then the reception's lit up. And I'm waiting there like, now. And then I was like, okay, it's been like 10 minutes. So I'm going to just do Spider-Man and just find my way back to the pool. And went back into the ladies, and it was like pool, arrow this way. And I was like, saw a man on the bank, walked up, realized as I got closer it was my dad. And I was like, Dad, what the fuck? And he was just like, where were you? And I said, I was waiting out in reception. And he goes, I meant after the fucking swim. I will meet you out in reception.
Wow.
Fucking swim. So were you waiting out there?
And that's my god.
And I said, I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk.
I mean, that also implies that your dad didn't want to have anything to do with you during the swim as well.
She's going to
We're going to go in. We don't know each other.
Let's send her outside. Yeah. I'm willing to risk this for a good swim.
I still swim, and I need to get like those goggles that you can see, prescribed goggles. Because I went up to, like, I swim in ECD now, and I went up to a lifeguard, and I was just like, "Hey, I don't have my glasses on. Do you see a man standing on the bank down there?" And she goes, "No." And she's like 20, so she's much younger than me. And I was like, "Okay, do you see a man standing down there on the bank waiting? Like, because what lane? If I can't find my dad, what fucking lane do I get into?" And then she leans in, she goes, "Who are you looking for?" And I said, "My dad." And she goes, "Do you want me to help you find your dad?" And I was like, "Don't fucking patronize me. I'm older than you, and I'm a professional."
Here's a lolly and a sticker, and we'll try and find your daddy for you.
Don't patronize me. I'm just blind.
I have a degree.
I do accounts. I'm not an idiot. I just can't see. Oh my god, my contact lenses. I think one of the lenses fell out there. Your dad's got reception. Yeah. I'll meet you. Yeah.
Reception. But
he's there swimming away like the Sonia O'Sullivan of the sea. And you're out there going, I'm looking for my dad. This is where you sign in, love. Jesus.
No one stopped me. Nobody asked me why it was a reception. Nobody helped me.
That is a lot of people that think that you are going to put on an army jacket and a tutu and then get an immaculately shaved area out and scar some sort of child who's going to do a live stream in about 30 years' time. That's.
I think if anyone, either any of us, obviously not me, but anybody who's listening is on Tinder, they need to change their bio to, the wants or whatever it is, immaculately shaved area from kind of wherever, pick the area and must wear a tutu as a recognition device, just so we can get this guy back out in the open.
Ailish, you're what do you say, a -5?
That's right.
What, Keego, you've got contact. What are you? What's your prescription?
I'm only minus 4.5 in one eye and -2 in the other one.
Okay.
My eyes the wrong shape.
I'm -7. Yeah. So I was going to try this. Now, when I take my glasses off, I'm not going to be able to see what it looks like in the screen. So this mean nothing. But I was going to maybe hold up the glasses lens to my camera to see if that.
This is like Inception.
Yeah, I've got a vague notion that it looks a bit like the gun barrel sequence from James Bond. Like, is that horrifying? Horrifying.
The camera adjusts to the lens.
Why? And with that, I think that I'm a level of drunk now where maybe it's an idea that we do wrap up the party tips for our first hour. Well, we've gone from 3 viewers to 16 viewers, so this has been a thing that has happened in a number of people's lives.
And we apologize.
Next week we're going to be.
Yes, so next week our show theme is Halloween. We're going to do this every Thursday at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Different theme for each party, and it's Halloween. It's Halloween next week, so it's Halloween is our theme. And here we are. So I've made a bunch of these little banners, so I'm going to use them all. It's Thursday, the 29th of October at 8 p.m. And
someone did higher level StreamYard.
Higher level StreamYard. That is the kind of retraining that I can get behind in order to provide some sort of employment in this fucking year. I've also got another one. If you guys have enjoyed the show, if you thought that it was worth anything at all then you can support the tits. Maybe I'll change it next time to support your tits, because that's fun. We are very close to being on a list.
One more brow, please. Yes.
Then you can get us at Ko-Fi or Coffee or Ko-Fi.com PT Pod. And if you could also, we've got a Facebook page. That's where you'll get all the information about us and our crazy little days. You can like us on Facebook. Genuinely, everyone, thank you for being part of this. I've been Ben, Ailish and Keego. Guys, this has been a laugh. I have enjoyed this immensely.
Amazing. We hope you guys enjoyed it too, and join us next week.
Absolutely. Everyone dress up, and we will see you all next week.
If one of us does not have an army jacket and a tutu as the costume for next show, then it has all been for naught. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been... Sorry.
People should share their costumes for next week. Put on the Facebook page, you know?
Yes. If you're going to dress up, give us a heads up so we don't clash, because that's awkward at a party.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my heart wasn't ready for this. I'm not ready. Yeah, the best ones, we'll probably try and share a screen or something, depending on how Ben's StreamYard education goes during the week. We might be able to share a screen where we can put your costume up on the screen. Can I just say really quickly, guys, I used to work with someone who's watching, and she had saved my job about 48,000 times in the 8 months I worked with her. So it's great that she's finally repaying the favor I did for her back in the day. So cheers, Kayla.
That sounds coded. Something's going on there. Okay.
That was a quadruple entendre there. That's a Shakespearean turn of phrase.
Yeah. You crashed a bunch of cars and she covered for you. That's what happened there.
You wear a tutu and someone is your lawyer. You know what I mean? It's the old story.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, guys.